Yo bitches, welcome to Britpops React. Hey everyone, welcome to Britpops React. Sorry, a bit too much Breaking Bad then for me. Today's video is British guy exposes what America is really like. Now this is an interesting one, okay? This is from another YouTuber, does a lot of stuff in the US, recently been out there. Adam Cowser. Now I know some of our viewers watch Adam as well. He's got a channel called More Adam Cowser. Go and check that one out. So he's another, seems like a nice guy. I've watched a couple of his videos before, but this one I haven't watched, and I know he's just had a recent trip to America. He's come back and now he's saying what America is really like, which is interesting because a lot of our current viewers obviously from America, and I'm interested to what he says because I've never been and I'm interested to go out there. And you as an American, or if you're not an American, you're somewhere else, maybe you're British or what, and you've been out to America, you're interested to see what he thinks it's like, and interested to know what you think from your own country. If you think it's really like that, or if he's talking a load of nonsense. Alright, so yeah, a bit of a different one for you today, but I thought, why not? Why not when we have a bit more of a conversational one, rather than a reaction to comedy or music. Alright, let's have a listen to what he's got to say.
Oh boy. I'm going to be brutally honest in this video. This was my second time to the US. I've only been to Orlando, and I know what you're going to say. Adam, you need to go elsewhere. I know, I do plan on it. Okay, I'm going to come to Texas at some point. I'm also going to Las Vegas in April, and I really want to do like a road trip for like a day where I can go to different places. I know Las Vegas is kind of on its own out there, but I'm sure there's somewhere I can get to within a day and maybe do a video there. So if there are places around that area that you recommend,
so he's Irish,
just anywhere across the US I could go to on a vacation at some point, let me know. Today I'm going to be providing 5 things I want to share about the US that made my experience an experience. Let's start off with the obvious. The weather. Holy shit. The weather is dramatic, to say the least. Here in Northern Ireland, we get clouds most days. It's grey, dull, kind of cold. The time I had in the US, it was so hot, like super hot. And I use the word dramatic because whilst I was there, it was hot. It was beautiful. And then out of nowhere, a hurricane came. I remember vlogging and looking around Disney thinking,
right, yeah.
How the hell
so he must have been there with Milton.
Is there a hurricane coming in the next 24 hours? So yeah, the weather was crazy.
Yeah, I can imagine
it's
pretty unpredictable.
But also very unexpected to me because that was my first kind of hurricane experience. And the funny thing, not funny, the scary thing about it was, I don't know if you guys seen the video before I left. I done a video about hurricanes, I think. And I said the words, God, I hope I'm never in one. 2 weeks later, I'm in one. Number 2, I want to talk about the food. Wow. I went to Applebee's and I got up this platter of food, and I thought it was going to be like, you know, a little small plate with a couple of snacks here and there to watch while the game's on. These guys, no. These guys brought out this plate that had a lot on it. It looked like something you'd share with a family of maybe 3 or 4. It had so much on it, and it was so good. There was a certain dip on there, like this tomato.
Well, so weather, obviously, it's a difficult one unless you've been to both places. But he is right. You know, in the UK, most days it's cloudy, without a doubt. Even if we have a nice sunny day, there is guaranteed cloud in the sky somewhere. And yeah, very much so. Even today, cloud, sunny. Can't have just sun, a beautiful blue sky. Not all day. That's just unheard of. So yeah, I agree with him there. I went to Dominican this year, which obviously nowhere near US, but it's that side of the planet. Very, very hot, very warm. We've got friends and people we know in Florida, so we know how hot it is. We know how the change of the weather can happen very, very quickly. So yeah, I agree with him on that one. And food, we started to do a few food reactions on here with America. I'm actually going to be doing biscuits and gravy very, very shortly. I will be making that. I'll do a video on me actually making that and trying it because I have never tasted it before. And a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which I've never had before. I'm going to do it on the channel. So yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, just what we see in our reactions, just the food is a lot. It's a lot of food. We're not used to that in the UK. Get what you pay for. And it's not a lot normally. Let's keep going.
Had a wee kind of dip that I'm never gonna forget about. that I probably will never taste unless I go back there. I hope it's still there, but it was so nice. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, it's like this tomatoey kind of tasty dip that they gave with like all my tacos, and I just kind of melted. There's a video coming up soon. You'll see what I'm talking about. I hope you guys know how lucky you are over there. Okay, the variety in restaurants that you have to deliver food right to your doorstep. I don't have that here, especially where I'm from. We just about have delivery services from a very limited amount of restaurants. I live 15 minutes away from a lot of different restaurants, but we don't offer like DoorDash, Uber Eats. It's just not a thing here where I live.
Well, yeah. We have Deliveroo, we have Uber Eats, we have Just Eat. And I don't live in a city. I live between two cities, but I don't live in a city. So, and we've got all those available to us. So, yeah, comparison, it's difficult to compare. I mean, Northern Ireland is not the same as London, right? Or even where I live in the southeast of the UK. There's different things, different, you know, across. You could easily, I suppose it's the same as us saying, oh, the US, we put all your 51 states together and say it must be like that. It's like saying, you know, Northern Ireland, Wales, you know, England and Scotland, you're all the same, you know, but it's not. It's very, very different. But he did say it's where he lives. He doesn't have access to that. So, you know, to have access to that is a good thing.
If specifically, the only delivery that comes to me is a Chinese that's down the road. That's it. And it's like it's a delivery service that the restaurant offers. It's not like a company, another separate delivery service. It's just somebody that works in Chinese will bring it up to your house. That's literally it. We don't got anything else. But yeah, in terms of like Belfast and cities and stuff, we do got more kind of Uber Eats. But just where I'm from and my experience with life and getting the food delivered, if I want something, I gotta go get it.
Go.
It sucks. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. Number 3, I want to talk about you, the people. Yo, the amount of characters I bumped into out there was kind of amazing. From an Uber driver talking about his weed addiction.
His weed addiction.
To another Uber driver talking about his Christmas tree lights business, where he said he makes $20,000 a day.
Oh my god.
I call bullshit on that. Yep, I really do. Too, whenever I was out vlogging, walking around the street, and this couple walked past me, and the guy wanted to literally buy my shoes off my feet. He was like, damn, them some nice Nikes. And I was like, thanks. He was like, how much? I was like, what? He was dead ass serious, I'm not even joking. And to another guy who offered me his dog for $300 while I was waiting for Applebee's to open. I do think he was joking.
I was going to say, come on, mate.
The dog was kind of going really slow, and he was like, you know, losing patience, and he looked at me and he was like, do you want to buy this dog for $300? But it's the fact that he had a price already ready to go. So I hope he's joking. But if I offer him $300, he might have took it. I don't know. But yeah, you guys,
that's weird.
The people over there's so many characters. I absolutely love it. And again, that's just like another thing that we don't have, because all the things, all the experiences I just told you right there all happened in the same day within about 3 hours of each other. Not even joking. There is so much I can...
Well, yeah, again, it's rural probably for him being out in the sticks, but again, you know, if you go to London, you see a lot of different characters. You will see everything and anything, and everything goes, everything's allowed. You know, years ago that wasn't the case, was it? Very much, especially in Britain, stiff upper lip. It's not happening. You know, everybody's got to look a certain way, dress a certain way. You didn't have pride. You didn't have, you know, anybody that looks slightly out of clothes-wise, I guess. It's anyone that looks, you know, a man in heels or something. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, something that looks a bit weird. You know, you'd go in and you go, that looks a bit weird. Now, nobody batters an eyelid. You can walk, look, and do whatever you want. There's so many different characters, different people, especially in London. It's just crazy. So, agree to disagree on some of that. But again, it all comes down to where you live. Because probably where I am locally, it's probably very much like it used to be years ago. You don't see that many colourful characters, should we say. Alright, let's keep going.
talk about in terms of like people I bumped into and, you know, interactions I had with people. But my experience with Americans in that specific time, in that specific place was amazing. I loved everybody I talked to. There was like, people that are so nice. They have, I've said it again, personality. Again, where I'm from, I don't know, most people are brought up here just to be like, and not to be rude, but people are just kind of rude here to each other. You might think, oh, Irish are nice, you know, when you come on vacation. Maybe that's what you think about your guys, but I don't think it is. A lot of people here are rude. They can come across as very ignorant, and overall people here can absolutely suck. Not everybody, but most. And again, with my experience with the people in the US,
he's got just upset.
I really loved them. I did. Number 4, I want to talk about the variety and things you guys have over there. God damn it. You guys have got everything within driving distance. Everything. I can, and where I'm from, I can drive places. I can drive all over Ireland. But we don't have everything. You guys have literally got everything to go to that you'd ever need. And again, that goes back to like the reason you guys don't even have a passport. Like a lot of you guys don't have a passport because you don't need to leave, right? So you guys having that, again, I hope you guys know how lucky you are. Just appreciate where you're from, okay? Because I fucking love where you're from. And also the fact that I could go to all Disney parks, all Universal parks, in the same day, within the same few hours, is insane to say the least, considering how big those parks can be. And outside of the parks, again, there is so much to do and experience. I would have loved to have seen more and done more over there, but a certain Hurricane Milton had to come along and swing his dick all over the place, and he took a few days off the vacation. But I'll never complain properly about that, because I've said before in other videos and on stream over on Twitch, people lost their lives. All I'm doing is losing a couple of days of vacation. That doesn't really bother me that much. So hopefully in the future, I can come back and do more stuff there, because again, there is so much to do. But having such a variety and, you know, having a lot of things just at your fingertips is one of the reasons I'd actually love to move over there. It sucks here. It sounds like I really don't like where I'm from. I don't. I don't like... It's alright. It's shite, actually, to be honest. But I don't hate it, okay? But I...
he certainly won't be on an advertising board for advertising Northern Ireland. You got some cracking rocks in Northern Ireland. Got the you know, scenery. Got better scenery than we've got in the UK. In England for sure. But yeah, variety. I guess he's probably right to a degree. I mean, we have got most things from where I am down in the south of England. Within driving distance, I guess, but it's still a long way away. You'd have to go. We don't sort of have, you know, like an IKEA, for instance. We've just got one maybe two in my county. So that's quite a bit of a distance to go between the two of them. We don't. I'm guessing in America you've got them everywhere. And a lot easier to have access to things. So, yes, but then, you know, space. You know, we're all crammed in, quite small. In America, you know, maybe you've got a lot of space to put things. And hopefully the land's not quite as expensive as what it is over here in the UK, which is crazy. I'm not going to lose my tongue. But yeah, pretty bad. All right, let's keep going what he says. Obviously up... You know, I'm sure he doesn't mean all that about Northern Ireland. I think it's a nice place. It's just, you know, that's the thing, innit? When you see something a bit better.
I do love where you're from. America's just kind of better in every single way. Literally, like there's nothing we have over you that's any better. You guys are literally better than us in every single way. Number 5, and the last one, very important one, convenience. Holy shiitake mushrooms. This kind of rolls into what I talked about earlier with Uber Eats and getting stuff delivered to you. You guys have got Uber, and when I say you guys have got Uber, you guys have got an insanely fast Uber system. The convenience of getting around is something I've never experienced before. Anytime I needed to go somewhere, boom, Uber app, order, and I was in that taxi, in that Uber, within 4 minutes. It's insane. Now compare that to the taxi services where I'm from. If, let's say you're going out at the weekend on Saturday, if you don't have a taxi booked by Wednesday or Thursday at the latest, you're not getting one. I'm telling you right now, if you try to book a taxi on a Saturday, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get one, or you're not going to get one for the specific time that you wanted to go somewhere. And
I'm not so sure on this one. I mean, you're in Florida, you're in Orlando, you're in a hotspot, right? Uber drivers are probably like flies around poo, aren't they? Yeah. So I would imagine as soon as you've hit that button, there's so many to choose from in that area that you are going to get something pretty instant. Whereas Northern Ireland, he sounds like he's in more of a rural place. That's not, you know, it isn't Disneyland, Florida, right? So there's probably not that many taxis anyway. So, but he's right. You know, in the UK, you know, if you don't have that Uber service, you have to book a taxi, probably in advance. It's not so much the instant access. You know, where I'm from, we have got Uber, which you can use. But yeah, you're probably looking at 15 minutes to wait for that to turn up. Not talking like 4 minutes that he's saying. But then you are, you know, if you're in America and you're in Orlando, like I say, there's got to be so many to choose from. Whereas if you were in the outback of Alabama somewhere and you order an Uber, you're probably the same type of thing. So again, it all depends on where you are. But yeah, I mean, for him, you know, a very different experience. So, you know, having to book a taxi in advance, and even then, like he says, it may not even turn up.
Be like an hour later or an hour earlier. You ain't going where you want to go on the specific time if you book a taxi on the same day. I guarantee you that. So basically, I was just so shocked to see how easy it was, considering how big America is and how many people are there. How easy it was and how fast it was to be able to get from A to B in the US. I absolutely loved it. Now listen, I could literally chat about America all day and my experiences there and what I loved about it, but you guys probably know everything already that I'm talking about, so I don't want to bore you much. I just wanted you guys to know that I love where you live, and I fucking hope that you've
got a loose tongue,
because you live in a good place. Around the world, everywhere has bad spots, including America. Okay, there is no place on earth that is 100% nice, but I'm telling you what, you guys have got a good spot over there. So where you're sitting right now, take a big deep breath in. Kind of harder for me at the minute because I'm a little bit sick. And just, I appreciate. And I appreciate you.
Cool. Nice one, Adam. I mean, yeah, it's the first time I've ever actually reacted to one of his videos and really seen what he's sort of said about the US in general. So that's cool. It's always interesting to hear different opinions from people. Of him going out there, and you know, his own experience in Northern Ireland is probably, you know, he could probably come to where I live and I could go to where he lives, and we could probably say to each other, oh, you know, your life is very different to my life because of where we are, even even within the UK. You could probably say that for the same in Texas to New York, you know. So it's hard to say what it is from US, especially on those topics, because I think even in the UK, those are probably the same to a degree. Just again, depends on where you live and what you've experienced. You know, I've been lucky enough to experience a fair amount of the UK, so I know. You know, if I went to America, I'd say, oh yeah, we have this, but it's slightly different. But we have it in London, or we have this in Liverpool, Manchester, or Edinburgh, or whatever. Whereas it sounds like maybe Adam, he's very much referring to his own, you know, his own place rather than UK. So yeah, I mean, it's good. Insight's good. What do you think if you're out there in America? What do you think of that? Do you think that he's right? I suppose it's very difficult because it really does depend. I mean, if you're in Orlando, Florida, it's going to be hot. You're going to have a lot of access to a lot of things. It's geared up for tourism. I would imagine that there's a burger place on every corner of every street somewhere. So, you know, it's geared for that. So I'm looking forward to coming to America. I really want to come to America at some point, hopefully in the next 2 years. I don't know where to go. Let me know where to go, because I really don't know where to go. But yes, I will be back tomorrow with BP2. Thanks for listening to me today on a different type of reaction for you today. I wanted to see what young Adam here had to say and what you think out there in America as well. I'll be back tomorrow with BP2. Until then, it's goodbye from me. Bye.